Previously on the Rod Pedersen Show.
So I'm going to jump right out of the gate here with a football question for Capital Auto Mall, Universal Collision Center. Who will win Super Bowl 56? I'm voting for the Los Angeles Rams. Just so you know, I'm voting Rams. You want to make it spicy, Moose, and vote and go against me and go Bengals? Or what do you truly believe is going to happen in 9 days?
You know, I'm pulling for both these teams. I was a huge Chad Johnson or Ocho Cinco, depending on how old you are. Huge Chad Johnson fan growing up. Loved him and had a soft spot for the Bengals as a result. But, you know, I like this LA story. I like the Matt Stafford story, getting to his first Super Bowl, winning his first playoff game. I think the Rams are going to win, but I think my heart's going to be with Cincinnati. So I'll take the Bengals.
Well, we'll take it right out of the gate and tell the folks, if you have not signed up yet at betregal.ca, our exclusive betting partner, do it now or going into the weekend and throw some change. Again, you got 9 days until Super Bowl 56. Be a good time to make your first bet on the Super Bowl. And with the promo code RP22, you'll get a free 22 welcome dollars.
Get ready for the Rod Pedersen Show.
Anything else that people need to know before we head to Los Angeles?
Looking sharp, looking very sharp. No, it's an exciting week. I mean, we got all these guests lined up to come down and be with us live. It's going to be a phenomenal time in LA. So looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll see you on the West Coast.
With the Rod Pedersen Show.
That's us. Yeah, buddy. Welcome to sunny, warm, beautiful Los Angeles, California, as the first of our Super Bowl week coverage takes flight here on Game Plus Television and YouTube Live. We are coming to you from the Westin LAX, Los Angeles International Airport Hotel for the next 5 days. I'm here. We've got our good friend Darren Moose DuPont here, and in a way, I'm conflicted in a lot of ways today, Moose.
Okay.
Obviously, heart overflowing, dream come true. Let's put the over/under on dream come true. Out of my mouth, out of your mouth, out of viewers, guess at 100 times for the week. Over/under. What are you going to take? Over/under.
Yeah, I'll take over.
Take the over.
Just hammering the over at Bet Regal.
And in a way, I also feel guilty because Darren's done all the work, and one of our great partners, Lee Genier, as well, was instrumental in getting us here at the Westin LAX Airport Hotel for our coverage and bringing on Pro Construction Limited, PCL, as our Los Angeles Week sponsor. So the bell's around here somewhere, but Darren's like, I don't think we want to ring the bell. It'll echo through this huge lobby. This is like a Vegas hotel.
It is.
For size, and
I don't think you can pick it up on the mics, but if you can, the odd squealing, but there's an escalator right beside you.
Yeah.
And we're up on almost a balcony, second floor. There's a theater right over there. There's conference rooms. There's NFL volunteers are being coordinated just down the hallway, and we're overlooking the main lobby. So really cool spot.
Yeah, so we're here to talk football, and we're going to get into the Quick Six show topics in a moment. But I feel guilty that you did all the work, and I get to sit here and just talk. But that's okay. Yeah. That was the deal, right?
That's
right from the start,
signed up for.
That was the deal. So coming up on the program today, Pro Bowl quarterback Gus Frerotte, NFL analyst from SkySports Jeff Reinebold, throughout the week, just so you know. And I feel like we should break from our usual tradition because we're on location. This isn't what we normally do. For sure, this week, we're going to have Jarrett Stoll sitting in that chair tomorrow. Two-time Stanley Cup champion with the LA Kings, pride of Newdorf-Sask. Also, Dan Moriarty, NHL Cool Shot star, is going to be here. David Benefield, former San Francisco 49er, CFL great, probably should be in the Hall of Fame. Benefield's going to be here. And then there's a lot of guests that we're working on, and this is, where Clark rises to the top. Alex Singleton of the Eagles, Cameron Judge of the Calgary Stampeders. When you really sit and put your heads together, you realize in whatever city you're in that there's a lot of guys and gals there that you know.
Yeah.
Sports people, you
That's
know.
right. Cameron Judge, UCLA, right? With the Bruins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys around here, and they'll filter through our set throughout the week, which is awesome.
Also, yes, Jack Fulton watching in Vulcan, Alberta writes in, says, happy birthday, Lee Genier. Happy birthday, Lee, and happy birthday to Bob Merrier, sober coach to the Stars, as you pointed out.
Who I thought we might see this week.
We may still. So those are the guests today. Jeff Reinebold and Gus Frerotte. I got stalled. Warren Moon's going to be on the show this week, Pro Football Hall of Famer, very busy guy. And
Mo
I guess...
Egger.
Yeah, Mo Egger. Oh, my God. Mo Egger is going to be here. Mo Egger from ESPN Cincinnati. Of course, his team is in the Super Bowl. But enough of a preamble. Can we hit the quick six show topics, please? Director Jordan, please, and thank you. So we'll get through hockey, Olympics, CFL free agency, the Scotties, all here in this opening segment. But I do want to say something about Super Bowl. There are a lot of CFL similarities in terms of Grey Cup, in terms of how the party goes, okay? This is the first... And I'm thinking, as we sit here today, I can boldly proclaim we'll be at Super Bowl every single year. Can we say that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, here we go. So, people are going boffo, they're going nuts, writing us on our social media feeds. We all need to calm down, woosah, and remember that Super Bowl week isn't even officially underway. Tonight is opening night. Tonight. The Bengals aren't even here yet.
Yeah.
They're practicing in Cincy today, having their first media availability of Super Bowl week, and then they get here tomorrow. But we have been invited to be there for their arrival, and what is it, a 9-iron away?
Yeah.
Where they're going to land?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking we probably should go.
And conveniently enough, they get in about 45 minutes to an hour after we're off the air. So it's literally pack this up, walk over leisurely, and boom, Joe Burrow's going to be getting off the plane.
I don't know how. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, we have to.
So this is funny, ish, cool. Wayne in Victoria, BC writes in, wow, that's quite the location you're at. Yes. So thank the Moose. Thank Lee Genier and his hookups. The NFL Super Bowl volunteer coordinating headquarters is just down the hall. That's a whole other thing. I didn't tell you this, I don't think. This lady stopped by here last night.
Okay.
And she goes, what are you guys doing? And I said, we're doing a TV show here all week, Monday to Friday. And she goes, well, I'm coordinating the volunteers for Super Bowl. I said, listen, we will be as less disruptive as possible. And she's like, well, if you're not going to be disruptive, why would you do a TV show? I'm just trying to get along. I'm so used to getting in trouble all my life. She's just like, no, it's going to be great. She goes, I'm from Philadelphia. Who's coming on the show? And I said, well, it looks like we might have Alex Singleton of the Eagles coming down. She's like, right?
They're pretty excited. He's a captain of the Eagles. He's a captain. So they're excited. There's another young guy, too, Steven, walking through from Philadelphia. He works in construction over there, and he's here volunteering.
Right. Jenna Reagan writes in, good morning from Southern California. John Schmeiser writes in and says, good morning from Kansas City. And we'll get to, people writing in about all the other sports, and we'll get to that. But I read in Al Michaels' book, who incidentally will call Super Bowl 56 this Sunday, Al Michaels on NBC. He said, don't ever lose your zest in this business. Don't get jaded. And for a while I did. The zest is back. The fact that they put us on a special Wi-Fi network here in the hotel and said, psst, the code is NFL Shop.
How about that?
I got tingles. So I'm not going to sit here and play Johnny Big Nuts. I belong here, but I don't necessarily feel that I do. I'm just very happy that we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's cool. That we get to be here for a whole week. And they're kind of rolling out the red carpet for us. Like, we got a great little spot.
For the moment we landed on Saturday, we've been raving about how nice everybody's been. So let's get going. Can you hit the horn again, Jordan, just to wake everybody up? And Thank you. Quick six show topic. So we mentioned Super Bowl, but there's other NFL stuff going on. The Miami Dolphins hired San Francisco 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel as their head coach Sunday, making him the first minority candidate to get hired so far this offseason. He's biracial. He replaces Brian Flores, who was fired despite posting winning records in the final 2 of his 3 seasons in Miami. I will just say this. Roger Goodell, the commissioner, addressed the media on Saturday. It was all about Brian Flores' allegations of racial discrimination, which I will point out nobody's saying isn't the fact.
Right.
And then the tanking allegations as well. It's just sad that going into Super Bowl week, that's what they're talking about. You know, you'd prefer they talk about the game, and if you thought they'd actually make some headway in these other topics, that would be great, but nobody thinks that they will. Anyways, moving on to point 2, the Olympics. The difference between how we do things in North America in sports versus how they do things around the world, big difference. For instance, Rachel Homan and John Morris are already out and on a plane home from Beijing. Did you know that?
Yes.
They're done. We spend 2 weeks getting ready for one game. They spend 2 weeks playing all the games.
I know.
Think about that. Who's got it right?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It just is what it is. But that's wild.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's over.
It's done.
Bromont, Quebec's, here's the good news. Bromont, Quebec's Max Perrault won Canada's first gold medal of the Beijing Olympics in men's snowboard slope style. Regina's Mark McMorris, his dad was my driver's ed teacher, won his 3rd straight Olympic slope style bronze. Canada's mixed doubles curling team of Rachel Homan and John Morris failed to reach the playoffs at the Olympics after falling 8-7 to Italy in a must-win match. Canada was the defending champions in that sport. Canada's women's hockey team routed Russia 6-1 in Beijing to remain unbeaten in group play. Both teams played the game wearing masks underneath their cages, though the Russians removed theirs in the 3rd. Canada next plays the United States. From what I could tell tonight at 8:10 Pacific. I'm all screwed up in times. That's all I really had to say about the Olympics, other than we're in America, so we were talking about this last night. You watch NBC's coverage of the Olympics, you would think there's only one country competing. We're used to watching CBC's coverage, right?
And they
cover the world.
They show everything on the CBC. It's great. You're right. I watched, Mike Tirico on NBC last night, and it's literally, and it's great because they're an American network. It's all U.S. all the time. You wouldn't even think there was other countries in the events.
It's funny in a way. Everybody, click like and share. Thank you, BW, watching in Northern Alberta. He's advising everybody to click like and share if you're watching on YouTube Live. John Ohm Bung in Winnipeg says, when did the Italians become amazing mixed curlers? Right? Listen, they won't sleep all the way home. They know, I got to think. My cousin Christine's watching in Medicine Hat, and she says they lost by a millimeter. Loss is a loss, bro.
Isn't that?
Am I being too hard on them?
No, you're not, because they'll say, no, he's right. He's right. Like John and Rachel will say, no, he's right. We should be in the playoff. It's crazy that Canada's not going to medal or even be in the playoff of a curling event at the Olympics. And yes, they measured it 2 or 3 or 4 times. It was so close, but you still lost, and that's really disappointing.
11-11 in the Heartland. Just pointing that out. Your dreams are coming true. For us, our dreams are coming true. I can't speak for everybody, but moving on to point 3. After a weekend of all-star fun in Las Vegas, Austin Matthews and Jack Campbell returned to the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's the start of the unofficial second half of the season. Toronto goes up against the Carolina Hurricanes tonight at Scotiabank Arena. The Leafs were hot before the break. They were on a 5-game win streak, with 4 of those victories coming in regulation. And the other NHL game tonight has the Ottawa Senators resuming their season after the break with an encounter against the New Jersey Devils at Canadian Tire Center. So I was on a plane from South Florida to Los Angeles right during all of the All-Star festivities. And thank God I got Wi-Fi on the plane just to see that Claude Giroux was lighting it up. And that kid, Kyrou in St. Louis, I told you, he's a player now.
I know.
But I didn't get to see any of the game. Well, I should just spend a second on the NHL All-Star game and the Pro Bowl. I didn't watch any of the Pro Bowl either, but I saw one play on the highlights on KTLA. And Kyler Murray, Pro Bowl quarterback for the NFC, he was being chased by like 4 defenders. I don't know if you saw that one. He's backpedaling back, and then he launched a bomb, and then they caught it in the end zone, and nobody was around the receiver. I'm like, they're not even trying. I'm not missing anything today. And we know that every year with a Pro Bowl, right?
Biggest play, I think, was by a punter. He got grass stains on his knees, and they thought that was crazy because nobody gets hit or touched. It was not much of a game. I mean, it's fun to see the players around there and interacting, and that's cool. I like the skills comp of the Pro Bowl way more than the game.
Interesting. John Oman, Winnipeg, says the gong is back in Florida. It's still in Florida. It's sitting on my fridge on the top. Andrew Stute, Montrealer watching, says, hey, Rod, happy Super Bowl week. I got to say I enjoyed the NFL doing the girls' touch football game before the Pro Bowl yesterday. Great way to get young women's sports fans following the NFL. CFL idea? Potentially. Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg writes in and says, looks like Andrew Harris is done in Winnipeg. That was the next point in my quick 6 here. And we got 3 minutes left in this warm-up segment before we break and come back for more. What do I say? It's CFL free agency opening up today. It's tomorrow, February 8th. Sorry, I got the wrong day. I guess that's how much I'm fully paying attention to that,
Right.
But I've got people texting me, Rider fans, that are upset that they are losing this player and that player. Was not a great weekend for the Rough Riders from what I could see. Well, good news, bad news. They signed Duke Williams. He was clearly their priority to a reported $260,000. I would suggest that automatically makes him the highest paid Rough Rider receiver of all time, I think. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Which is great. We all love him. He would have been the MVP of the team last year if he'd played the full season. But they lost Lucas Purifoy. They lost Ed Gainey. They lost William Powell. And I feel like I need more time for this monologue here right now. But the difference between 2013, when the Riders hosted the Grey Cup and won it, all those guys, those stars, took less money to stay to be part of something. And from what I can see from the outside, with the Riders losing these people, guys aren't willing to take less money. I guess if John Ryan was willing to take a significant pay cut, he could have stayed and played for the Rough Riders, but John's not interested. Neither clearly is Lucas Purifoy. Ed Gainey didn't even get offered a contract. Big difference between what happened in 2013 and now. And that's a topic for another time, how the Riders did that. But I don't know what they're doing this year, but it's got the fans are upset. And then you saw Simone Lawrence. I have Simone Lawrence written down here. Question mark? You saw his tweet yesterday, Moose, where he said, how come players don't want to play in Sask? Well, he got summarily eviscerated by Rider fans for saying, why don't players want to play in Sask? Simone Lawrence said that. I'll say it again, folks. Don't shoot the messenger. Again, put that on my tombstone when I croak. The tombstone that is as high as those downtown LA skyscrapers, because I'll have all these sayings on my tombstone. You're in charge of it. Don't shoot the messenger. Simone Lawrence is saying players don't want to play in Sask. He's speaking for the players. Did you not see that Winnipeg's become the preferred destination for players? It happened, and you people didn't even see it happening. I was telling you it was happening. Nobody was paying attention. And now it's happening. You're looking back going, Wake up and smell the coffee. As Johnny Athens says. It's happened. You didn't even know. So we'll continue in a moment. We're live from Super Bowl 56. Our coverage from Los Angeles is presented by PCL Construction. You're watching on Game Plus Television Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. Casino fancy.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Beautiful shot of downtown Los Angeles. The NFL experience is on at the LA Convention Center. $20 a head gets you in. It is our coverage from Los Angeles presented by PCL. The flexibility to mobilize the right people to deliver unique construction solutions, an unwavering focus on delivering value to your business bottom line, and the capability to leverage innovation to meet emerging challenges and keep you at the fore. This is PCL, and we thank their partnership with us, bringing you coverage from Los Angeles all week long. The Moose is with us. And I just checked our social media here. I'll jump back into the Quick Six show topics in a moment because I want to talk about the Scotties, the Pro Bowl, and we'll go back on what's happening in CFL free agency. But people are blowing up going, what a great setup, what a great setup. And it is. The Super Bowl volunteer headquarters coordinating of it is right down this hallway. We're in the Westin LAX airport, which is like a Vegas hotel. It's massive. So massive, they got to clean the rooms at 7:30 at night because they don't have time to get to them all day. You know? And people were saying, before we came here, are you going to be on Radio Row? Specifically, Tank Abbott in the Energy City says, did DuPont get you on Radio Row? When we 3 years ago sat back and just dreamt about going to Super Bowl, you never, ever, ever, ever wanted to be on Radio Row, ever.
Never.
Tell the viewers why.
Never.
And then we'll get back to the serious stuff.
Because this is much more comfortable. A, if we were on Radio Row, we wouldn't have this much space or freedom or flexibility. B, it would be a construction zone mess around, and you might have guys in and out and very random. Yeah, you know, we might have access to some guests that we maybe wouldn't if we were on Radio Row. But, you know, this is more of a comfortable environment. When Jarrett Stoll comes down here and Dan Moriarty, they're going to be able to sit, hang out, actually connect with us for a little bit, stay for a coffee, and not be bothered by, fans. Just people in the hotel might, stop and talk to them. So this is what I've always wanted, to partner with events, bring our studio on the road and create a place that's ours. And we've been able to do it.
Yeah, and the other thing is I've broadcast from Radio Row at Grey Cups, and God love TSN Radio for inviting us to be part of that, because it was all the TSN stations, but you are literally treated like cattle in most cases, like you're in a pen. And as the son of a cattle farmer that I am, I know what it's like to be in a cattle pen. It's kind of suffocating and claustrophobic. Here, look at this. They've given us the run of the place.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome and very comfortable. And, if this was only radio, we could do that. It'd be okay.
Wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't be a big deal. But because it's TV as well, and the nature of what we're doing, connecting with people on a deeper level, when, these people come by, this is what we want.
We'll be doing similar stuff from Grey Cup, too. We're going to open up the comments here. The 902 text line is open, 902-518-3033. Pick up the phone and text RP. Never get tired of that. Jeff Caldwell's watching in Redmond, Oregon. He says, when I lived in Seattle, I only watched CBC coverage of the Olympics. Way better than NBC. Right? That's what we were saying. And by the way, I've spent a lot of time in Seattle in my life, simply through the Western Hockey League. And I love that town. And CBC is like Channel 3 in their cable package in Seattle. So that's how I knew that they would love hockey in the National Hockey League. They've all grown up with it out there.
Yeah.
It's not a shock that it's a big success. Randy in the Peg writes in and says, good morning, RP crew. Nice Bedard goal. He says, looking forward to Warren Moon. Looking forward to Warren Moon later in the week. One of two guys in both the Canadian Pro Football Hall of Fame and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Warren Moon will be with us later on the program this week. I'm not going to put you on the spot. The other is Bud Grant. Because Mark Denobly, the longtime executive director of the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, it's Denoble. I just make a joke and call him Denobly. Because I said Warren Moon was the only guy the last time he was on.
Right.
Mark was watching. No, there's two. And Bud Grant is the other. Yeah. So Bud Grant's still alive, by the way.
Okay.
You should get him on the show. And Pistol Pete, watching on Game Plus, he writes and he says, hey, Rod, I told you Duke would sign, albeit a day later than I predicted. Yeah, it was on Friday that Pistol Pete said that the Riders would sign Duke Williams. It was actually announced on Saturday. But again, it was very obvious they were clearing salary cap room to sign Duke. Well, they were not going to let Duke Williams get away. Dan Asham, watching in Winnipeg, says, Rod, your podcast rocks. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dan, in Winnipeg. It's a ginormous team effort. Would you not agree?
Oh,
it's a big team.
100%.
Craze32 writes that he says, the Warriors beat the Ice in about Game 4 of the streak. Moose Jaw Warriors have won 8 in a row. The Moose Jaw Warriors.
Okay. Is that the Rob Kearney when you're doing that?
It's everybody in Moose Jaw says that. Like Kearney, James Gallo.
When I was leaving, I
was
listening to Rob Kearney read the news. And that voice, I just can't get out of my head now.
The Moose Jaw Warriors. Ryan Hunter watching on YouTube. How you doing, Roddy and Dupes? We're doing great. And people are writing in with now very individual, personal questions. Not personal questions, but we addressed all this. Somebody says, are you going to have live guests down there this week? We addressed it. Snap, snap. We go to air at 11 a.m. Central every day. You need to be here at 11. I'm not going back to cover stuff that we talked about already. Okay? Sorry, I can't do it. I know you feel like it's one-on-one, but it's not one-on-one. We're in 2 million homes in Canada alone, 31 U.S. states, including Philadelphia. The lady's like, I get Game Plus TV in Philadelphia. She's like, but I'm normally working during the day when you're on. PVR. I said, have you heard of PVR? Moving on. Point 5 of the Quick Six Quick Six show topics from Los Angeles. Our coverage brought to you by PCL. Slow down, Rod. See how geeked up I'm getting?
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh,
it's okay. Let your hair down and be excited. It's L.A.
See, this is very much your vibe, isn't it?
Well, it is. And like I'm cool. We slow down and just talk about L.A. for 2 hours. We could do that, and the viewers would love it.
Again, yin and yang here. I've been here a day. I'm driving yesterday in my minivan that I rented, and I'm like, Moose, I'm over it. I've been here a day. This traffic, I'm over it. You know, in Florida, I get up, make a pot of coffee, go out to the backyard, flip on the lights and the mic, and do the show. When the show's over, go back in the house. It's just so different.
Yeah.
This is just go, 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 go. Why do you like that?
Well, I don't know, because I don't need to go, even when I'm here. Even in traffic, I just can slow down in traffic. And
because I drove?
Put on some music. Well, yeah, you drove, and so did the Uber driver. But, I don't know, down to the water, that was awesome. I mean, you can do that in Florida, too. I don't know if you saw Ricky. I showed up on our Instagram story. There was a huge iguana sitting on the boardwalk in Venice.
Massive. That must have weighed 20 pounds.
It's huge. And it just drew a crowd, and he just stood there yawning, putting on a show. It's quite entertaining.
Mike Horrigan writes, I've watched you guys in Philly and Beantown, as well as my native GTA. Yeah, we're on in all those places.
Not crazy.
Philadelphia, Boston. It is hard to believe. Sean Cameron, watching on YouTube, says, happy to have the WHL back and active in Manitoba starting tomorrow. Enjoy your time in L.A. Looking forward to this week's coverage. Thank you, Sean, and it wouldn't be possible without our friends at PCL Construction. Jack in Alberta, I nominate Darren Moose Dupont for the Sports Media Hall of Fame. What an outstanding job you've done with making the RP Show the most listened to sports talk show in North America.
Easy, okay? We're not putting people in the Hall of Fame for one 30-goal season. We've done this for 2 years. Still a long way to go.
Dan Asham, I feel like we're Winnipeg's talk show. Can we fit that in the tagline somewhere? Dan in Winnipeg says, what do you think of the truckers? Dude, I'm not thinking of the truckers. I'm not covering the truckers. I'm in Los Angeles. I don't care about the truckers. Sorry. Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg. That interview with Les Lazaruk last week was the most touching thing I've ever seen on this show. Rod's a boss. Life is too short. We need to tell people we love them. Right? You don't need to tell them you love them if you don't love them. If you do love them, you should tell them you love them. You should just tell people what you're thinking. That's why Darren and I get very far, very fast, because he always knows where I stand on everything. And a lot of people don't like that. I couldn't imagine not living that way.
I know. And you know what? To be honest, it can be uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable. But it helps you get where you need to go.
A lot faster.
And it never lingers. It never lingers.
I got to stop. We're getting too many. Mark in Melfort says, a minivan? No Jeep? We got a lot of equipment.
Got a lot of luggage.
We had a lot of luggage. 3 of us driving around. And the Jeep is a Florida thing. I was actually thinking about this. Because I swear at some point we're going to talk sports this week. I thought about when Jared Stoll called me and asked if I would participate in the Stanley Cup parade in Yorkton. And he's like, get your hands on a convertible if you can. I didn't have a convertible, so I called the Mercedes dealership. I told the story not that long ago. They gave me a car for the day. So I went in Jared Stoll's Stanley Cup parade in Yorkton, and it was amazing. But then they had this huge party at the Gallagher Center that night, and there was more alcohol drank out of cowboy boots than the Stanley Cup, which I'm going to ask Stoley about when he shows up. But I had to leave. It was probably the hardest thing I ever had to leave in my life. But I had to have the car back. So I thought, whenever they win the Stanley Cup, or whenever there's a parade in South Florida, or a Grey Cup parade in Regina, one of my Jeeps would have ripped the top off and use it there. This is minivan territory. And Chris Jarls watching in Surrey, he says, the heck, can we get some Viagra for my mic?
How about that?
Chris in Surrey, BC says, tell us more about that stadium. It looks amazing. Yeah, I'm ignoring. Kerry Anderson won the Scotties. The AFC won the Pro Bowl. Those were my last 2 topics. Let's talk about the fun stuff.
Nothing else happened on the weekend, okay, in sports.
The stadium. We went to the stadium the other night, and they wouldn't let us really anywhere near it. So we got a photo from across the street of the stadium, and which was good.
You're tightening the wrong thing, but it's all good.
Am I?
Yeah.
See, that's why I leave the technical stuff to him. But it looked like they were doing some sort of a sound check. And this halftime show is going to be what? 3 hours and 37 minutes long on Sunday?
Oh, there are billboards and posters the size of skyscrapers downtown promoting it.
Yeah.
And the over-under is 7.5 songs. 7.5 songs. That's the over-under.
Over.
Really?
I would think.
7's a lot.
I know.
Average song, 3-4 minutes.
Troy in Toronto, watching in Toronto, says, have you been in the SoFi Stadium yet, guys? It looks amazing on TV. We're probably not going to get in there. So, again, we were locked outside the gates. They were not letting us anywhere. They weren't letting anybody anywhere near. If you watched, don't do it now, but if you watched Good Morning Football, which I think is off the air now for the day, if you watch it tomorrow morning, they're outside the stadium. I was watching it this morning. They're on grass turf, but they're locked out. There's a chain link fence behind. Nobody's getting around SoFi Stadium, and I get it. I totally get it. It's a security issue, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're at one of the biggest events on the planet is going down here this weekend, okay? Moose will continue this. You got to roll.
Yeah.
I'll see you back in hour 2. Our NFL insider, Jeff Reinebold of SkySports, will join us next. Our Los Angeles coverage is brought to you by PCL Construction. We'll be right back to the Westin LAX Los Angeles Airport Hotel. You're watching on Game Plus Television, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of time. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep.
A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
We're live from the Westin LAX Los Angeles Airport Hotel. Our coverage for the week from LA presented by PCL Construction Limited. We are talking Super Bowl 56, of course, and we're pleased to welcome in our NFL analyst from SkySports. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. So we do not have our NFL analyst from Sky. So is he logging in? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay, so we don't have Jeff Reinebold ready. I'm sorry, Clark, I didn't hear you. We had chaos on the set here in the break. It's okay, Moose. You couldn't log in anyways, even if you wanted to. So that's unfortunate. Well, I could sit here and read comments all day. I could read you the latest sports update. Why don't we do that? Canada has its first gold medal of the Beijing Games. Max Burrow won the men's snowboard slopestyle event after taking silver in the same event in 2018 in Pyeongchang. Regina's Mark McMorris won his third straight Olympic slopestyle bronze medal, while Canada took another bronze in mixed team ski jumping. See, we got a lot of balls in the air here. Olympics, Super Bowl. NHL comes back tonight. And actually, I'm going to pause this for a second. In this sports update, it says CFL teams have one last chance to re-sign their pending free agents. Clubs have until 10 a.m. Eastern Tuesday to negotiate exclusively with their own players. After that, the pending free agents have 2 hours to decide whether to accept any offers they've received from other teams during the open negotiation window, their own team, or reject them all and hit the open market starting at noon Eastern. So that is the word from CFL free agency. We'll delve into that. There's some questions there from our viewers, but we got him now from Sky Sports. Jeff Reinebold, who's been to many Super Bowls, coached in many Grey Cups. Hey, Coach, I appreciate you joining us today. We can get into the football X and O's in a second, but can you tell me what your favorite Super Bowl, if you don't mind, as we're sitting here in L.A.? Can you tell that again, or has it changed? You've been to so many.
I tell you, you talk about the one I enjoyed the most, or one I worked that I enjoyed the most, or
whatever comes to mind.
This Rod, I'm really throwing shade at myself when I say this, but I saw the first one on a black and white TV as a 8-year-old kid laying on the floor in our living room. So that one was pretty big. And how about that? When they had it at the Coliseum, the Packers played, they couldn't sell it out. Now do you see the price of tickets? It's insane.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I mean, bro, it's insane. But I think the one that I enjoyed the most was after I'd gotten fired in Winnipeg, Sports Center actually asked to do some work for him, or TSN. I can't even remember who it was at the time. But we were down and we did one in Miami. And they were looking for a way to, fill some content time. And I said, hey, listen, let's go out to the beach and we'll do it from the beach. And I said, but you got to trust me. Just go with me on this one, right? And we went out to the beach, and I went to the lifeguard stand, and I told the lifeguard what I wanted to do. And he blew his bullhorn, and I said, okay, anybody that wants to be in a TV show back to Canada, come on over. Well, you know what that's like. It's like lemmings to the sea, right? So we got all these people that came over, and we put them out there on the beach as football players, and we called it the human telestration. And we ran the Denver Broncos zone play that they ran so well with Terrell Davis on the beach in Miami for Canadian TV. So that was probably the most fun one we ever did.
That's the thing, that they're all great, right? This is my first, Coach, and I got to say, it is immense. It's a lot to take in. I've been to 20 Grey Cups, never a Super Bowl. My question to you is, how does Zach Taylor and Sean McVay shield their players from this? I mean, I'm sure there's a way, but my gosh, it would seem almost impossible, the glare, to focus on the game on Sunday.
Well, one of the reasons I believe, personally, Rod, that most teams that come there for the first time don't win is they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. Because you've seen it, and you're just now in the first day of it. Wait through the week. It gets more intense and more intense and more intense. And so they'll get asked the same question for the 100th time by Wednesday, and they're tired of it, and they want to just play the game, and they're still 3 and 4 days away maybe. So the grind of it mentally, the grind of it from an attention standpoint, all of it is so, so huge. But how about Joe Burrow and how he handled the media today? It was awesome. I mean, it was like media 101 training for every professional athlete.
Well, say why, because there's a lot of talk about Joe Burrow. He's not very old, Jeff, but people are saying, like, could he really be this cool and this composed? Clearly he is at his young age.
I think that's his personality. And again, let's go back to to what he grew up in, Rod. You know, if you grow up in a professional football player's family, you're born into it, and then then he's a professional coach in the Canadian Football League. Well, obviously that prepares you so much better than kids who have never had any idea what that was like, what playing at the highest level means, what the work that you have to do, what it means to be humble, how. And Jimmy has done a great job of raising not only Joe, but all the kids. And, I think that's a tremendous credit to him. And that's why, to me, I'm pulling for him a little bit. As much as I love Matt Stafford and Sean McVay and the Rams, I'm pulling for Joe a little bit because there's that Canadian Football League connection there.
I'm smiling because you've been singing the virtues of Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow since the playoffs began. Now they're going head-to-head. So I'm going to have to ask you to pick a winner, Coach. Can you?
Well,
you want to save it probably.
I think. No, I'll save it, but let's talk about it. Let's do this again later in the week, right? Unless you get tired.
Sure.
Now, if you get tired and you don't want to do it, then I understand. But, let's do it, Rod. Come on, we got to play hurt sometimes.
Yep.
But, I think the Rams are the most team. There's no question. They've pushed all the chips to the middle of the table. When you can trot out there the stars that they can trot out there, and in the big moments, the big games, your stars, have to come up big. And you saw it with Von Miller. You've seen it with Aaron Donald. You've seen it with Matthew Stafford, OBJ, Cooper Kupp, and I'm not even through the list yet. I mean, you're talking about a all-star team in that game. Now they're going to be countered by a team that believes in their quarterback and believes that they can do just about anything because they've been behind every game they played and found a way to win. And so belief is so strong. You've seen it so much. Rod, you've covered more sporting events than I ever will. And you've seen it in hockey. You've seen it in every sport you've covered. When a team believes, man, sometimes that can be the difference between, winning or losing. So I'm going to hold on my pick, but I'm going to leave you on Monday.
Yeah, I knew that. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, no, Coach always likes to wait till at least Friday, maybe even Saturday or Sunday morning, and you'll divulge it on Coffee with the Coach. But what I don't want to let you go. And yeah, let's book it for Friday. We'll bring you in and we'll talk a little more about it. What about that pressure, though, on the home teams? You went through it last year with Hamilton. They're not talking about it here. They haven't talked about it all year for the Rams. But you can't tell me it's not there. It's got to be immense.
Well, you know what? If there's any city in the world that a championship game could get lost in, Los Angeles is one, right? So that probably helps them a little bit, right? And, let's go back to McVay's last trip. He openly has admitted that he was out-coached by Bill Belichick. Put in too much stuff. They couldn't practice it. They didn't adjust. I mean, he'll tell you every single one of those things. Now he gets it. He gets a second chance. And this business is unforgiving and doesn't give out second chances very much. So he's got a second chance. Think about his football team. Eric Weddle. He's going back to whatever Eric Weddle does, plays pickup basketball or whatever for the last 2 years. He knows this is his last game. Von Miller, at his age and having been there before, they recognize how hard this is to get back there. So I think the pressure is more on the Rams than it is on the Cinderella Bengals. You know, I just really think that's the way it is. The Bengals are playing with house money, man. Nobody thought they were going to get here. If anybody said they thought the Bengals were going to be here, they're out lying to your face.
What a story. Love you, Coach. Thanks for fitting us in. We're following everything you're doing. Have a great week. Keep it up, and we'll chat with you Friday.
All right. Now, I'm going to say this publicly. I got to get you on my show.
Anytime. I'm around. I'm not going to get worn out this week. The old me would have. Not anymore. Thanks, Coach. You know where to find me.
All right, Rod. Take care, brother.
Jeff Reinebold joining us from Europe from Sky Sports. We'll be right back with a Taco Time viewer takeover. Pro Bowl quarterback Gus Frerotte coming up in hour 2. We're broadcasting live from the Westin LAX. Our coverage brought to you by PCL Construction. We'll return in a moment on Game Plus TV, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of prime. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Sunny day in Los Angeles, going to be 80 above Fahrenheit. A little more than that, as a matter of fact. It's the first of our week-long broadcasts on Game Plus Television from the Westin LAX Airport Hotel. This microphone, can we get your garçon? Garçon? They love when you snap your fingers at them, I've learned. They love it. Joking. It's taco time, viewer takeover, and I appreciate everybody for being a part of what we're doing here today. We'll be here all week long, and when Moose joins us back here in hour 2, we'll talk about a few other things. No, we don't have tickets to the game. Coach Reinebold was just talking about it. They're like $23,000 a ticket per. Sorry, we're doing well, but we're not doing that well, right? Who is doing that well? 85,000 people, I guess, come Sunday, but it's ridiculous. Anyways, to the viewers, Jeff Caldwell writes in, and he is watching on Game Plus Television. He says, our local sports radio station was a victim to COVID. The RP show can now claim to be Central Oregon's sports talk show. How about that, Moose? I feel like
How about that?
Yeah, I feel like a trip to Portland's in the offing. Wonderful town. The Rose City, Portland. Oh, I could tell you some stories about that place. Jeff Kozak watching on Game Plus TV. Hey, Rod, did you get to see Bedard's goal last night? Pure filth. The NHL tweeted it and wrote in all caps, Connor Bedard. What did they say, Moose? The NHL from the Connor Bedard, are you for real? Wasn't that what it was? Here's what I'm going to say to you, brah. If Bedard's doing this in a game, what do you think he's doing in practice? When he's trying all these moves out? Those poor Pats goalies. So, yeah, Calgary, I don't know what the attendance is. I should look it up. Pats, of course, lose. It's becoming a story. Bedard scores twice. Pats lose. Anyways, if anybody hasn't seen it, go to the Pats Twitter, go to the NHL Twitter. It's all, and the fact that the NHL wasn't playing yesterday, Bedard had the entire hockey world to himself. He's just got chutzpah. He's got pizzazz. It just would so happen that he would score a goal like that on a day that none of the NHL is playing at all. Just things work out for him. I just wish they would work out a little more for the Regina Pats, but that's another story and another topic for another day. Craig in Calgary's watching on Game Plus. He says 99% of the country may not care about the ski jumping medal beyond the fact that it adds to Canada's tally, but for me, this is the medal of the games. I've been following the sport for so long. Way to go. That's from Craig in Canada. 1 minute of play remaining in hour 1. The poll question today, by the way, for Capital Auto Mall, Universal Collision Center, we talked about it right off the top of the show, but I'll say it again. Who will be Super Bowl 56 MVP? Your options are Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford, the two quarterbacks, Jamar Chase or OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. The leader on YouTube is Matt Stafford with 43% of the vote. They say the hometown quarterback is going to come through. I actually voted for OBJ just because I'm a fan of his. A lot of people are saying Cooper Kupp, star Rams receiver, will be the MVP, and there's a very good chance of that. There's a lot of stars going to play in Super Bowl 56. We'll continue this all next hour live from the Westin LAX, and Gus Frerotte will be with us. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back after this break.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Anything else that people need to know before we head to Los Angeles?
Looking sharp, looking very sharp. No, it's an exciting week. I mean, we got all these guests lined up to come down and be with us live. It's going to be a phenomenal time in LA. So looking forward to that. And we'll see you on the West Coast.
With the Rod Pedersen Show.
That is the scene, everybody. Sunny Los Angeles, California, the home of Super Bowl 56, where, if you can believe, the Super Bowl week has not even officially started yet. We got another hour to talk about it. It's hour 2, brought to you by Great Western Original 16 Beer. We are broadcasting live from the Westin LAX Los Angeles International Airport. Our week-long coverage presented by PCL Limited, who just happened to be the designers, well, not the designers, the builders of SoFi Stadium, where Super Bowl 56 is going to be played this Sunday between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. Last hour, we had Jeff Reinebold with us, Montreal Alouettes special teams coordinator, and that tricky devil would not give us his Super Bowl prediction until Friday at the earliest. And I should have remembered Moose, and we got the Moose with us, Darren Moose DuPont, the president, CEO of DuPont Media, owner of the Rod Pedersen Show, and frankly, the guy that's responsible for all of this. I should have known, Moose. We've had Reinebold on enough that I just forgot. He does not give his Super Bowl prediction until the weekend.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, he waits right till Friday. So, you know what? That means we might have to get him on again and nail him down then. But I wonder who he's going to go with. I really do.
We'll do that throughout the week from all of our celebrity guests as they roll through. And we've got commitments from Warren Moon, Jared Stoll, Dan Moriarty, Sage Alvarez is coming by, Clark, just so you know. Barry Long from the Coachella Live TV program here. We're working on Alex Singleton of the Eagles, Cam Judge of the Calgary Stampeders. We'll get all of their picks, just like we did last year, remember?
That's right.
And 80% of people were wrong. Chiefs and Bucks last year, if you recall.
Oh, yeah.
You and I were right.
Oh, that's right. We're Tom guys.
We're Tom guys. Which reminds me, I was with some Patriots fans yesterday, they're friends of ours, Patriots fans, and they're down on Tom Brady. It was quite an interesting conversation yesterday. They're Patriots fans.
Yeah.
It was tough to hear. But I get it. And, I mean, NFL is just so big. Everybody's got an opinion on it. By the way, I've loved what's been going on here on the program today because we've been weaving back and forth between the Super Bowl talk, some hockey talk, some Olympics talk, because all of that is going on. And we ended the hour talking about Connor Bedard's goal for the Pats yesterday. One of the greatest goals you're ever going to see. Is just he split the defense with a nifty little toe drag around the defenseman to his right and then went between his legs to go top shelf on the goalie for Calgary. And the only reason I'm going to bring this up here, my cousin Christine in Medicine Hat says Bedard is beyond amazing. Yes, somebody said he should be playing in the Olympics. And I'm saying stop. No, stop it. This is, like I said, he should play at the World Juniors as a 15-year-old last year. That's a teenager's tournament. And Connor's better than all the teenagers in Canada. But that's a teenager's tournament. Olympic men's hockey is a man's tournament. Connor's not a man. He's got 16-year-old strength. Maybe a little above average for a 16-year-old Darren. He should not be playing in the Olympics. Maybe that would be a good poll question today. Should Connor Bedard be playing for the Olympics, Team Canada? The answer would be no. And I'm his biggest fan, not named Bedard. Where are you on that?
Owen Power's going to the Olympics, so I understand the comparison.
Not the same.
If Connor Bedard, is the best on the World Juniors and another teammate's going, then surely he should go. Well, Owen Power's a man. He's been drafted in the National Hockey League. You
see the size of him?
He's a huge guy. He's been playing at the U.S. collegiate level, NCAA, against men who are in their 20s, right? Which is what you'll see at the Olympics, 20s and 30s. So, yeah, you're right. Connor's not there yet. He still has to grow and develop and continue to do all those things. It's not that the skill level doesn't match. It's just the physicality.
Back to where we were. That's our take on Bedard. We agree on this. Just, if you think he should play in the Olympics, I'm sorry to say you don't understand what you're talking about. And you just need to leave it to us. And that's why they're watching. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, I bet Rod could use his connections to get tickets. And I'll bring that up in a second. Wayne in Victoria says, that's why the NFL can pay their players $1 million a year. Really, Wayne? Dak Prescott made $40 million this year. $1 million a year?
Zip your off.
If these guys were making $1 million a year, they'd cry.
You're a rookie on the practice roster.
The minimum is basically $1 million. You don't, Wayne, you got to come down here with us and hang out for a while. And interestingly enough, with Reinebold, I know that you weren't listening to the interview, but he just said, Rod, you are getting overwhelmed. It's only Monday. He's like, wait until, because he's been to so many Super Bowls before, wait until the week goes along. It gets more intense. I can't imagine.
No.
Like, I'm getting a little overwhelmed.
I know. On the business.
And there's nothing going on yet.
I know. On the business side of things, I saw a projection from the NHL. They're down a little bit, but they're still projecting as a league to earn more than $5 billion this year. So when you start thinking about salaries and how they pay for this and travel and putting on events and doing all the things, you start figuring out you got a lot of money to allocate. The NFL is infinitely more than that. So the money is there, and it's not just about ticket sales, it's about everything. And you see it here. You just go around LA and there was a thought when the Super Bowl, and you've been around these other cities, when it goes to smaller big cities in the States, it takes over the city. When it goes to New York, the city kind of takes over Super Bowl. It's just another day. This is the biggest city, land mass and population in America. It is not. It is Super Bowl everywhere. I thought the city would kind of swallow it up and you wouldn't really know that it was Super Bowl. There is marketing and billboards and signage everywhere. They've done a really good job.
What do you think that would cost?
I know.
You're the money guy.
A lot.
Jeff, the Stamps fan, says Doug Flutie was making $1 million in the CFL in 1993. He's right. It's way, way, way more, Wayne. Way more. Back to the Bedard thing. Jennifer from the Four Seasons says, Bedard is a boy. He's still going through puberty. As great as he is, I agree. He's not a man yet. He would get hurt out there. I don't know if I would necessarily go that far. Like, you got to watch. Well, Jennifer's a Pat season ticket holder. She's seen him live. You got to see him live. He's pretty shifty, but it's just he gets caught on the wrong angle at the wrong time, and he could get very hurt.
They would turn to dust.
I seen him. Were you at the game with the Pats when the Brandon defenseman cut across in the
Yes.
My heart was in my throat. And again, this was junior hockey.
Yeah.
If it was at the Olympics, yeah, he could get hurt. You're right, Jennifer. Interestingly, Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg says Rocket Ishmael made more money than anyone in the NFL in 1991. So, yeah, $1 million chump change, man. They're wearing that in a chain around their neck. Where's the bell? I thought it might have been under the table here, but it's not.
No, you want to ring it? Kind of.
There's been a few times I've wanted to ring it here. John Ohm says, who was the youngest player to play in men's Olympic hockey? 18? Serena, can you look that up? Youngest player. I read this. It was, oh no. It was in the 80s and it was Americans.
Okay.
They weren't 16. I believe they were 18.
I was going to say the other country.
Brian Lawton.
Ooh. Very good.
I believe was one. There was two of them. They played together.
The other countries I could see it. Canada, I couldn't. I mean, maybe Crosby played at a young age. I don't know. The thing is the Olympics has to line up to when these superstars are 16, 17, right? Sometimes it happened earlier. So we're waiting.
I think she's got it. A female. Alina Mueller, 15-year-old.
Whoa.
She didn't get hurt. They don't have hitting.
Well, but I can see those countries, even China, Italy, when they don't really get into the Olympics all that often, and their depth isn't super deep, they might have to go to a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old who's really good.
Wayne in Victoria took it like a champ. He says, I guess I'll never live that quote down, LOL. We're just joshing you, sort of. I never fully finished what I was saying on the Pro Bowl. From Darius Leonard's rambling pick six on the opening drive to Mac Jones' blissfully enthusiastic gritty dance at the 2-minute warning, the Pro Bowl's Vegas debut was a messy, chaotic show. And Justin Herbert, Max Crosby, and the AFC stars all won big. Herbert hit Mark Andrews with 2 touchdown passes, leading the AFC to a 41-35 victory over the NFC on Sunday in the return of the Pro Bowl. Mac Jones passed for 112 yards and threw a touchdown pass, and the New England rookie also did a memorable rendition of the gritty in the first Las Vegas edition of the NFL's annual All-Star Game, back from a 1-year hiatus caused by the coronavirus pandemic. By the way, it is 10:11 here, Moose, so that would make it 11:11 Mountain.
That's right, in Calgary.
And Eastern, 1:11 Eastern. Your dreams are coming true. I love the harp you guys have added into that.
I love that we're constantly taking steps forward in what we do.
Justin Herbert won the offensive MVP of the Pro Bowl. Max Crosby of the hometown Raiders won the defensive MVP with 2 sacks, 3 batted passes, and 3 tackles for a loss, and a pleasingly sloppy game. Pleasing for who? Like I say, I watched one play on the highlights on KTLA, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't spend any time whatsoever watching this.
Yeah.
By the way, our coverage from Los Angeles this week, presented by PCL Construction. We'll tell you more about them in a moment. I have to get in the curling comment because it is daytime sports talk. It's a Canadian show. Last I heard, Carrie Anerson's Team Canada rink has won the Scotties. Anerson defeated Northern Ontario's Krista McCarville 9-6 to win her 3rd consecutive Scotties. Anerson will represent Canada at the 2022 Women's Curling Championship in Prince George, BC next month. I'm trying to remember how many of her Scotties had fans in front of them. 1?
I know.
The first one.
Yeah.
A couple things. I never send any photos to the guys. My bad. for the Great Western Brewing Company weekend photo album, but I have a feeling we'll have enough photos. Maybe we could run it tomorrow. Does that sound like something you might be interested in?
Yeah, I'm into that. We'll do it tomorrow.
Manscaped. There's nothing like the NFL playoffs. Move over, Bills Mafia. It's time for Balls Mafia. With our sponsors of today's show, Manscaped. They are here to remind you that the recipe for success in the playoffs is to protect your franchise quarter balls. The road to the Super Bowl is never easy, but the road to your Super Bowls is just a few clicks away. Take the Lambeau leap and join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use promo code RP20 for 20% off plus free shipping. Can we get the camera on this guy? Just so you know, I didn't read that commercial before. That was the first time I ever saw it.
Me too. Got sent to you. I hadn't seen it before, and I had kind of told everybody, hey, we got to remember this sponsor and that sponsor, and we got all these obligations from the business side.
How about that?
Protect your franchise quarter balls and the Super Balls. Oh, my God.
Take the Lambeau leap.
Rod?
Wasn't me.
That's pretty good, though.
One more on PCL Construction, because quite frankly, because of them, we're here. The flexibility to mobilize the right people to deliver unique construction solutions and unwavering focus on delivering value to your business bottom line, and the capability to leverage innovation to meet emerging challenges to keep you at the fore. This is PCL. So I tell you what, that's why Jeff Reinebold's a coach. He had a wonderful breakdown of the game. I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to tell you that the Rams are going to motorboat the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. The Bet Regal line as we open the week remains 4 points for the Rams. He talked about it's an all-star team over there against a team that, quite frankly, is just happy to be here. And I know you've got some thoughts on that. Let me just say this. People are asking about using our connections to go to the game and get tickets. That may happen. That may not happen. I bought a one-way ticket here. One way. I do it all the time. That's not new. Yeah. And I'm just going to float on the crowd, like I say, like mosh pit surfing. We'll see how it goes. Already going to one party. May go to two. If we ended up at the game, great. If we don't, we don't. We're here for the week. We'll see how it will go. But as producer Clark said in the morning meeting, he's like, you guys need to get out of the hotel and go meet people. Go meet people. So in 45 minutes, we will. Over to you on the game and the tickets and everything else.
Yeah, tickets, I mean, if that happens, it happens. We don't sit here pulling on strings, begging people for tickets. But it's the game will be interesting because that's been the same story for Cincinnati all playoffs. Titans should have motorboated them, right? And then they should have lost to Kansas City. I mean, they were down 21-3 right away to Kansas City. First three possessions were all touchdowns. But they just find a way to steady the ship. Now, will it catch up with them? I don't know. I think L.A. will probably get out to an early lead. Will they sit on it? I mean, they sat on it against Tampa, and then Tampa came all the way back before Matt Stafford finished them off. So the game, to me, probably goes the same way. But, you know, I want to say that the Rams will probably win, but I just don't know.
Bet Regal, because the promotion has been so popular. If you sign up this week at betregal.ca and use the promo code RP22, you'll now get $56, 56 welcome dollars to bet on Super Bowl 56 this weekend from our friends at Bet Regal. They've upped it from $22, $56 if you sign up this week with the promo code RP22. See what they did there?
Yeah.
I'll get to your comments and more when we come back. We're live from Los Angeles at Super Bowl weekend. It's our first day of coverage. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You are looking live at Los Angeles, California, the home of Super Bowl 56. And we're here all week from the Westin LAX Los Angeles International Airport. No. We didn't want to be on Radio Row. We covered that earlier. That is a cattle pen. I've broadcast from Radio Rows before, and it's not for us. Hour 2 of the RP Show is brought to you by Great Western's Original 16 beer. Extra smooth, extra refreshing. Find Original 16 at a store near you today. And we've opened up Taco Time viewer takeover a little early. They're not tater tots, they're Mexi fries. And if you pay attention, there is a difference. One more sponsor mention, because they're what keeps us on the air. And my Tough Tribe for Men pomade has made the road trip, Moose. Did you know that?
I can tell.
It's made the road trip. It works really well when you have a sponsor that you believe in and work with. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Tough Tribe for Men contains aloe vera, botanicals, and antioxidants, traditionally known for their scalp and hair benefits. We're part of the clean beauty industry. Welcome to Clean Beauty for Men, available today at toughtribeformen.com. That's the number for toughtribeformen.com and Amazon Canada. And like I say, your hair does make a difference from the second I use this pomade, which I didn't know how to say it. What's this? Pomade? No, it's pomade, Rod.
Yeah, pomade.
Yeah, I'm using it now, and I will never not use it. And I packed it and brought it to Los Angeles. And if you order it at toughtribeformen.com, it'll last you, I'm telling you, 6 months to a year. Here at the Westin LAX, the NFL Super Bowl volunteer headquarters is just down this hallway. So I apologize if my eyes get a little distracted. There's a lot of people in and out from where we are. Darren did a great job setting us up here at the top of the escalators, but Moose, there's a lot of people coming and going.
Well, I kind of tried to give us a little barricade with the banners and the marketing materials and all that stuff. But you're right. A lot of people here, and a lot of people, their heads are snapping left and right to see what's going on because they hear the voice and they see the lights and they want to know what's happening up here. They've been looking all week and I hear the whispers. What is RP Show? What is DuPont Media? And it's just, that's kind of a cool thing that everybody who walks into the lobby. It's cool.
Darren wanted to get this show out in front of people, and I would suggest we've done just that here in Los Angeles. To the viewers, Jason and Red Deer dropped in. This was good. Well, for one, hey, Jason and Red Deer, hey, Rod, what kind of Super Bowl events and festivities are you guys going to be attending? We covered that earlier. Got to be here on time. Chop, chop. 11 a.m. Central. We're not going back. But he had a question here earlier. Here it is. Jason and Red Deer. Why are people on Twitter dissing the riders? Did I miss something in the last day or two? It's daytime sports talk, and our numbers show us it's still Canada's daytime sports talk show, no matter how much time we spend in the United States. So we'll talk about the fact that CFL free agency opens tomorrow, Tuesday, at 12 Eastern, I believe, noon Eastern. So why people are dissing the riders on Twitter is Simone Lawrence came out, and listen, I feel like it's like Bo Levi. If I was on the same team as Simone, I think we get along real well. But we're not on the same team. But he just rhetorically asked on Twitter, why do players not want to sign in Sask? We covered this in hour one, but because it's such a salacious topic, we're going to cover it again in hour two. And I never did get your take on this.
Right.
Again, Simone Lawrence, star Hamilton Tiger Cat, saying, why don't players want to play in Sask? And he just got nailed to the wall by Rider fans with just some cheeky, predictable comments about his headshots and never winning a Grey Cup and blah, blah, blah. But you're not answering his question, which is why do the players not want to play in Sask? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't bait and switch and change topics. He wants to know a pretty important answer. And I covered it last hour. This has been building. I'm not saying that Saskatchewan's not a preferred place to play, but what I am saying is Winnipeg is. Winnipeg's become the preferred place to play. And I can only say this. In a twist of fate, I covered this an hour ago. I will briefly here. In 2013, all those stars, that all-star team, they're like the 2021 LA Rams. All-star team. Those guys took less money. It's a 30 for 30 documentary, how they all signed for less money with balloon payments in the years ahead so they could all come together for a common goal to win a Grey Cup at home. And they did it. So you want to talk about, we got a great stadium. We want to play in a new stadium. Those guys didn't care. That stadium was a dump. They didn't care. They wanted to win a Grey Cup, and they took less money. Here we are almost a decade later, hosting the Grey Cup in the most beautiful stadium in the league. Guys don't want to take less money to play there. Have the players changed that much? I don't know. There's no loyalty to this organization because there's no loyalty to any organization. That's not a Saskatchewan Roughriders thing. That's a CFL thing. But do you think Ed Gainey loves it, but Luchez Purifoy doesn't really care. William Powell obviously doesn't care. He signed in Ottawa. They don't have it that the 2013 Riders did. They're not willing to take less money. So that's the difference. And the Riders are getting eviscerated on Twitter by their own fans in a lot of cases that they don't see an all-star team being assembled. That's what I see.
That's the expectation that's been set.
Yeah, do you have the same thought, or do you have more thoughts? Or?
That's the expectation that was set in 2013, that when you host a Grey Cup at home, you're going to assemble an all-star team and, do whatever you can to win. And I've seen fans from Ottawa putting out, look at who we've signed. And it's a star-studded list, or has committed to the Red Blacks. And we haven't seen that from Saskatchewan. All we've seen really is Duke Williams. A couple other players have been re-signed, but the narrative is about who's leaving. So, of course, the fans are going to be upset. I thought we're supposed to be in a Grey Cup at home, right? Are we going to let Edmonton walk in here and be in the Grey Cup? Winnipeg? Calgary, BC, who's going to walk in our stadium and use our locker room, right? Now, the one benefit of the doubt that you got to give the Riders and Jeremy O'Day is that free agency hasn't opened yet. So we haven't yet seen the master plan. We know it includes Duke Williams, Cody Fajardo's restructured, so that's cool. We don't know what they're going to do at running back. Is Morrow going to be the guy? We don't know what they're going to do on the defensive line with Micah Johnson gone. So I'd wait until you get through the first few days of free agency. But if it's not swing, then it's going to get real bad when it comes to the toxicity on Twitter.
Yeah, it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
For what it could be. Jeff Kabilas watching in Winnipeg says, I'm damn jealous, Dupes, and probably Rod as well. Get to wear shorts. He's dressed Mr. LA. I'm dressed for South Florida. I got Under Armour shorts on right now. That's the difference. Out here, they're more stylish. You're looking at LA right there.
Thank you.
In South Florida, people just wear beach wear every day. It's just that much hotter in South Florida, if you can believe it.
But that's why we work, and together we relate to the whole country, right?
Right.
The whole continent.
Back on topic, Northside YEG in Edmonton says William Powell also gone? Holy man, I did not see that. Unbelievable. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says Micah Johnson's gone too. So to answer your question, Jason and Red Deer, they're seeing this exodus of players. And Jason goes on to say, do players not want to take less money because a lot of players have already lost a lot of money the last couple of years of COVID? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Do you want to take less money? I don't want to take less money. If I was going to take less money, it was because I would really want to be part of something that I believed in. That would be the only reason I would take less money. John Ryan, he didn't want to take less money. They weren't even offering him a contract. It wasn't about less money. They want to go with the European punter for $60,000 or whatever. So, Greg Sawatsky in Winnipeg. You can wear shorts in Winnipeg if you're tough enough. Well, this would drive the Rider fans nuts. Jeff the Stamps fan says, by the way, Rider Nation, you better have some red paint on hand come November. As it stands right now, Calgary's not the marquee franchise either, brah. And you know it. It's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And that is an hour ago, I went into this. Winnipeg became the preferred destination, and nobody was even paying attention. I was telling you that it was happening, and people poo-pooed it or said, it's just sour grapes. No, it is what it is. And by the way, so to go a little further on that, if you want to know why guys want to go to a certain place, guys want to play for Chris Jones, or they did want to play for Chris Jones. Now, those guys, again, it's a 30 for 30 documentary that I would love. I don't know, you want to write it, Darren, or produce it? I'll be the voiceover. How about that? They took less money, a lot less money, the Dresslers, the Chicks, the Getzlaffs, to make more money in the years ahead, and then the bottom fell out a couple years later. They were terrible. Taman gets fired, and they bring in Chris Jones. Jones cuts all those guys. And literally, because they're all close friends of mine, they went in and said, wait, are you cutting me? You owe me this amount of money. It says right here. And Chris Jones is like, I didn't sign that deal. You didn't do that deal with me. Up the road. Right?
Yeah.
And that's why some of those guys have not set foot in the stadium since, which nobody notices. But it happened. Now, usher out that era of players and usher in the new era of players. Guys wanted to play for Chris Jones. It's not about the stadium. You're there 10 times a year playing games.
Yeah.
It's not about the stadium. It's about culture and belief and thinking you can win. Ta-da! I present to you Winnipeg.
How about that?
Culture, belief. Let's take it one step further.
Yeah. That's all, it's all of that. And we were talking about what it would take for the Riders to become the marquee franchise again and get back that lovable team that we saw in the 2000s when they were winning and the brand was exploding. And The logo is being printed on everything.
Yep.
And I don't know if I want to tell the Rider Nation to cover their ears or close their eyes, but maybe they need to listen. It's going to suck. You got to go through the 90s again. You got to suck for about a decade. Hopefully not. But you have to become that lovable losers, get back to the core of the people, which is, look, we're in Saskatchewan. Everybody says, makes fun of Saskatchewan because it's flat and you can watch your dog run away for 3 miles. And, we don't have anything but our football team. But guess what? That's what makes Saskatchewan great is how much they love the football team, how hard they work, and they're loyal no matter how bad the team is. And then that group stayed together and they won together and it just exploded. Everybody came out of the woodwork all over the continent. They were so proud of that organization, right? We've lost that a little bit.
A lot of the viewers, Adam Ridioff in Hamilton, Jeff the Stamps fan, are suggesting Andrew Harris will land in Saskatchewan. Adam says that would be a spicy news story, but only at a discount. They're not going to sign him for what he probably is worth as a three-time Grey Cup champion?
That's right.
No. It doesn't look like Winnipeg wants him back. They've re-signed Brady Oliveira today, and it's some money thing there. But if you're Saskatchewan, what are you bringing Andrew Harris in for, really, unless he's coming for really cheap? You might as well, I'm sorry to say, put a young American in there and let him go nuts. But is he going to be able to block? This is the tough thing for the Riders right now, which none of this is happening. None of this is surprising the Rough Riders, by the way. There is a plan. I know how Jeremy O'Day operates. I just don't know what the plan is. But to say goodbye to Ed Gainey and Luchez Purify, those guys are studs now. But they come at a price. Are you going to plug in some young rookie Americans in the secondary in the CFL in a championship year that you're hosting?
I know. You don't run the ball that much anymore. You're not running the ball 20, 25 times a game, right? So maybe it's a spot where they're not, maybe Jeremy's plan is, look, we're not going to invest as much in our running game.
He's got a plan.
Oh, yeah.
We just have no idea what it is, and for the moment, they're getting roasted because it's not following the 2013 script. To answer the question, Moose, will see you back here for overtime, huh?
You bet.
Quick sports update. Canada and the USA will renew their women's hockey rivalry at the Beijing Winter Games. Canada defeated Russia 6-1 to remain unbeaten in group play. Both teams played the game with masks under their cages, though the Russians removed theirs in the third period. Ottawa Senators host the New Jersey Devils in the second of 3 meetings tonight between the two teams as the NHL resumes the regular season following All-Star festivities in Las Vegas. The Maple Leafs look to resume their winning ways when they host the Carolina Hurricanes. And the Toronto Raptors continue to be on a nice roll. They visit the Charlotte Hornets, having won 6 in a row. 8 of Toronto's next 9 games will be played away from Scotiabank Arena. We're broadcasting live from Los Angeles, the Westin LAX Airport Hotel. Our Los Angeles coverage all week brought to you by PCL Construction, the flexibility to mobilize the right people to deliver unique construction solutions, an unwavering focus on delivering value to your business bottom line, and the capability to leverage innovation to meet emerging challenges and keep you at the fore. This is PCL. We'll be right back to Super Bowl 56 after this timeout with Pro Bowl quarterback Gus Frerotte from the Huddle Up with Gus podcast. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus Television, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital GMC for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or reserve a unit that's already on its way. Get into a GM certified pre-owned vehicle that's on our lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital GMC in Regina.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. BDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Southern California, the place to be. Super Bowl 56, rocking and rolling. Opening night goes tonight. The game, of course, is Sunday. The Los Angeles Rams home to the Cincinnati Bengals. Our exclusive betting partner, betregal.ca, has the Rams listed as 4-point favorites. Still, we'll see if that changes this week. You can get 56 welcome dollars with the promo code RP22 at their website, betregal.ca. Sign up today. Start betting on the Super Bowl and whatever else your heart desires. With betregal.ca, the promo code is RP22. We're very excited to welcome in a guy that's become a good friend of ours, Gus Frerotte, man that needs no introduction, 17-year NFL quarterback, Pro Bowler, and a man who has far-flung relations all over the province of Saskatchewan. How you doing today, Gus?
I'm good, Rod. You look like you're in a lot warmer weather than usual.
Yeah. Went from South Florida over here to Southern California. It's 80-plus some degrees here. Wonderful conditions, by the way, Gus. And if we want to jump right into it, the Bengals are coming out here a few days earlier than scheduled to get acclimatized. How do you feel about the preps from what you know of the teams here for Super Bowl 56 and what they're doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's new to a lot of the Bengals. The Rams have been there before. They probably got good leadership in the locker room. I'm not sure if anyone at the Bengals have been to the Super Bowl before. I haven't looked that one up. There could be some linemen and other people. But when you're new, there's a lot of stuff going on. You want to take it serious. You want to practice hard, but also you want to take in the sights because you don't know if you'll ever get back there again. And so it's a difficult week, but I think they have a leader in Joe Burrow that they can rely on. They understand that he's been in tough situations like that, so I think their prep will be pretty good. And you can't count them out because they beat the 1 and 2 AFC teams, and now they're in the Super Bowl. So if you look at the Rams, I think the Rams have some veterans on that team. They've been there before. I think the coach has been there before, and they're going to have a good week of prep. But, I don't think that any of that matters when it comes to the Super Bowl, because I think both these teams, it's going to be a great game. But I do think the spread is pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be that high, but it's going to be a very exciting game.
Well, the more you delve into it, how exciting it is. The Rams, as you say, the pressure on them, all-star team really assembled for this moment against a Bengals team that could you be forgiven for thinking we're just happy to be here? Gus, do you think that slips into their head this week at all? Or they lock it down again? We got one game left, guys. What do you think their approach is?
No, I think their approach is we have this game, and we weren't meant to beat the Titans. We weren't meant to beat the Chiefs, but we went into both home fields and did that. Now, I'm sure doing that, they came into this game saying, this is our game. We're going to come in here and we're going to play really well. It's not we're just happy to be here.
I got to ask you, about the Bengals and a couple things. One, what you like about Joe Burrow, and two, I couldn't name more than Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the big tight end, 89, Uzama or something. They kind of came out of nowhere. What are the other players on that team that have got him this far?
Well, obviously their secondary is playing really, really well. I think that's a big bonus for them. They have a couple end rushers that get up the field and play extremely hard all game. Those guys, that line, they've done enough to be in the Super Bowl. And their secondary is really good. They've had to cover some tremendous players from the Titans and the Chiefs, and they've gotten the job done. I don't think you're going to see Patrick Mahomes scramble around in the fourth quarter if his guy, Tyreek Hill, and their tight end and everybody else is covered. He usually gets the ball to the open guys, so I think their secondary did a really good job. And on offense, they've relied on T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, the running back. They've done a great job of distributing the ball. I would say Joe's done a great job of that. And anytime he can get one-on-one with Jamar Chase, that's where he's going with the football.
Now that you say those names, and you reside in the AFC North, so you probably paid more attention to them all year than I have. And because you're in Pittsburgh, your thoughts on the career of Ben Roethlisberger, if you don't mind. People are kind of saying, oh, poor Ben, that he had to go out this way. And I'm thinking, he had a pretty charmed career, which he earned. What's the story in Pittsburgh on Ben riding off into the sunset?
Well, I think everybody kind of expected it, but also everybody's going to pay tribute to him for all he's done for the city of Pittsburgh and how long he's been here. If you go back and look at the history of the NFL, there's not many guys that have stayed at the helm of being a quarterback for the same team for their whole career. Ben has done that. He's done an exceptional job of trying to, be a winner. And I think he's done that every year. I don't know if he's ever had a losing record, but, he's put his heart and soul into that team. And so I think the only thing when you can say is poor Ben is that Tom Brady retired the same year as he did.
Yes, slightly overshadowed. Yeah, exactly. And when you say that, Gus, when I think of you as a Redskin, but you had your stints with the Lions, the Broncos, the Vikings a couple times, Rams, Dolphins. Would you have liked to have stuck around in one spot, or did you like the fact that you move around and experienced a lot of different organizations?
Well, I think a lot of players would love to stay with one team. But today, with free agency and everything, that's kind of almost impossible. We rarely see that happen anymore. But I would have loved it. I mean, that means I'm not moving my family around. We're in the same house. Just being that would have been great. But, moving your family all over the country 7 or 8 times is also fun because your family gets to meet a lot of people. You get to meet new teammates. But, there's different ways to look at it. I could tell our kids that, hey, you've met so many people, you have friends from all over the country rather than just growing up in this little bubble. And so I think it's been good for us, but it would also have been good if we could have stayed in Washington, D.C. my whole career.
Just a couple quick ones. The name Commanders. I'm a huge fan of the name Commanders. I do a lot of work with the military in the mental health field. They love it. The military people love the name Commanders. As alum that you are, how do you feel about it?
I don't know. I mean, I think it has to grow in a lot of people. I think that the commander is a good word. I think that's great, and we have to see how that fits into the football team. I think that we're going to try and figure out. You know, I've been watching a lot of Mandalorian, and they call him Mando, and it's like, okay, are they going to call him Mandos now? I don't know. So there's going to be a nickname that comes out of it, but I think they're doing a good job of publicizing it, pushing it, getting it out in the media, and it's just something that's going to be from now on, and I hope it works out really well because they're going to have to do a good job of selling it, the Redskins or the Washington football team and Dan Snyder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no kidding. And do you have a Super Bowl pick, Gus? I'm not going to get fancy with a line or anything like that. Do you have a straight-up winner of Super Bowl 56 here on the opening day of the week?
Yeah, you know, I think that, you know, what we talked about earlier, and you said it, that, you know, the Rams put this team together. It's a really good team. It's made of veterans. They're supposed to win. If we're just going straight up pick, I think the Rams are going to edge them out. But I think that if you want to do a line, then I think the Burrows the Bengals and Joe Burrow will beat that line. I think it's going to be a very close game, and it'll definitely be less than 4-point difference.
Should be a doozy. I just got to ask you how Gunner's doing. I'm just fascinated with the name Gunner, the lineage of that name, and how's your boy Gunner doing? What's he up to these days?
Gunner's doing great. You know, he graduated from school. He's been trying to find a job. He went out and said, okay, I got to do something. So he went out and got his real estate license. So he's going to be a realtor too and trying to figure it out. He Uber drives. Wow. But Gunner, the lineage of that name is just something that we always liked. Obviously, we've met a few Gunners. Sonny Jurgensen's son was named Gunner. There's a couple other people that we know that their sons were named Gunner. And it was something that we didn't want him to be the third Gus, right? I was named after my dad, and Gunner's real first name is Gus. So he's kind of the third, but we changed his middle name, and he likes going by his middle name because my mom always used to call me Junior, and I hated it, and everyone else hated it around me.
Well, he's a go-getter, obviously. Hey, Gus, I appreciate it. Enjoy the game. I know you'll be watching with your family, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
All right, Rod. Enjoy all those parties out in L.A.
Thank you, man. I'll try. Do my best. 15-year NFL veteran, Pro Bowl quarterback Gus Frerotte joining us from Pittsburgh. We'll be back with Overtime in a moment. You are watching the RP Show on the Game Plus Television Network, YouTube Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
A new year means a new you. Pick up a new ride to match at Capital Ford for 2022. Custom order the perfect vehicle for you, or check out our in-stock F-150s on the lot right now. Get into a pre-owned vehicle that's already on the lot and ready to roll. We need your used vehicle too. We pay big, and you don't even have to buy from us. Plus, our service department is always here to help. Get special pricing on name brand tires, tire storage, maintenance, and more. And we always offer free vehicle pickup and delivery. Start the new year right at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
West Coast for a week here on the RP Show. Super Bowl 56 coverage comes your way from the Westin LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, as we bring the Moose back into the program here for overtime, proudly brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace, your home for the UFC. And let's say Super Bowl 56. Why not? Let's change it up a little bit.
I like it.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried surfing?
No.
I thought about it.
I'm shocked you haven't done it before.
Never surfed. But they're all out there, and they're out there every morning surfing.
Mr. West Coast guy.
I know.
No, not for me. Here in this final segment, it is a Taco Time viewer takeover, and I'll tell you more about Taco Time in a moment. But some messages have come in on the 902 text line. We were discussing the Riders losing from some veterans here on the cusp of free agency. Is it 3 Down Nation reporting that William Powell has signed with the Ottawa Redblacks? Metal Shingle guy writes in and says Powell is getting long in the tooth. Well, he was pretty popular when he played for the Green and White, but now he's gone. We didn't want him. He's old. Right?
I didn't like her anyway.
I didn't like her anyways. From Randy and the Peg with regards to this past All-Star weekend. He says, I agree with you, Rod. I watched 2 plays of the Pro Bowl and flipped the channel. NHL All-Star game, not much better. These games are for local fans and kids and players' families, which I don't have a problem with. First, I'm with you, Randy. I did watch the skills competition Friday night in the NHL, and it was a lot of fun. But I was on a plane out here all Saturday afternoon when the NHL All-Star game was, and I didn't feel like I missed anything. Again, it's for the kids. Moose has been saying it for years. Let them have it.
Mm-hmm.
Viewer earlier asked if I thought that Connor Bedard should play for the men's Olympic team, and I said no. It's a man's tournament. He's a teenage boy. The answer is no, despite the highlight reel goal he scored Sunday in Calgary. Brady in Saskatoon says, hey, Rod, you're right. Connor's only 16. Owen Power's 19 years old and massive. Plus, he's played for Michigan in the college ranks, playing against men. On this day last year, Tom and the Bucks won the Super Bowl at home in Tampa. As well, on this day last year, Sarah Thomas became the first woman to referee in a Super Bowl. Thank you, Brady, for the historical perspective. Moose, you spent more time at the NFL Experience yesterday than I did. I drove by it. I was around it. I didn't spend hardly any time inside it. I saw Dan Fouts there, which is cool. The Chargers, great. But you spent more time.
Yeah, autograph signings were going on. Got a little tour around. It's the fan experience, right? So you get to see a lot of picture taking opportunities with the big helmets of your favorite team, or you could get into the Derrick Henry body, put your head in the silhouette thingy, and Tom Brady's locker you see, and there was some stuff to buy. There was a chance to run 40-yard dashes against your favorite NFL players. You could do the bench press. There was stages to accept the Lombardi Trophy like you were on stage. That was cool. Huge line for that. There was a simulation where you could experience what it's like to be drafted on stage at the NFL draft. Somebody announcing now.
I didn't see that one.
Drafted first overall, Rod Pedersen. You walk on stage.
Should have happened.
That's cool. And then I went into the pro shop, and we got some of the souvenirs and stuff, the bobblehead and whatnot. So it's a cool experience. Very, breathtaking, the sights and the sounds. And you wonder, where that stuff, I'm sitting there the whole time watching, and it's like giving me inspiration, right, for what we do on our events.
$20 to get in.
Yeah,
Love it.
Very cheap.
Greg Sawatsky writes in, surfing in L.A. is dangerous, not because of the sharks or anything. You got to watch out for the broken needles in the sand. 1 minute of play remaining in the RP show.
To that, I would say don't surf in shallow water.
Ryan in New York says, if you're in an NLL city and the Georgia Swarm come to your town, buy a ticket. I watched them play Albany on Saturday, and the Swarm's Lyle Thompson is just unreal. It's the fastest 2 hours in sports. There's no two ways about that. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific for day 2. What up? Oh, any last words, Moose?
Oh, boy. No, not really. It's just trying to I was saying to you in the break, I like this time slot, 9 to 11 Pacific.
We got all day.
We got all day.
It's going to be fantastic. Who's on tomorrow, Moose? Or Clark, sorry? Oh, only Warren Moon and Jarrett Stoll. That's it. Deal. Tomorrow. Great job, Clark. We'll see you all noon Eastern here on Game Plus. I never told you to shut up. Well, a couple times.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's go. Oh, no.
Grey Eagle Resort and Casino.
Spicy. Bob's your uncle. Hot take. I like it. LFG.